Becoming her, the journey from dream to destiny. Have you ever stood at the edge of your own potential, peering into the vast unknown of what could be, and felt both exhilarated and terrified? That moment when you realize the gap between who you are and who you could become isn't actually a gap at all. It's a bridge you build yourself, one intentional step at a time. I recently had the extraordinary privilege of interviewing Regina Martin, founder of Dare to Dream Motivational Speaking and Coaching LLC, and I'm still vibrating with the energy she brings to every room she enters. Regina isn't just changing lives, she's igniting revolutions within souls who had forgotten how to dream. Her unwavering commitment to lifting others, particularly first generation college students and women entrepreneurs from underrepresented communities, has created a legacy that will echo through generations. She stands as a beacon of what's possible when passion meets purpose, when vision meets tenacity. What struck me most about our conversation wasn't just her impressive accomplishments, though they are many, but the clarity with which she articulated a fundamental truth. We all have the power to architect our own destinies, not someday, not when conditions are perfect, right now. Most people, Regina told me, leaning forward with that intensity that makes you feel like you're the only person in the room, don't fail because they aim too high and miss. They fail because they aim too low and hit. Let that sink in for a moment. How many of us have settled for goals that felt safe? Goals that wouldn't invite ridicule if we shared them aloud, goals that, if we're brutally honest with ourselves, didn't actually require us to grow. I see some knowing nods out there. I thought so. The first pillar of Regina's philosophy is deceptively simple: know and own your goals. Not your parents' goals for you, not society's expectations, not the watered down version you tell acquaintances at networking events. Your actual, authentic, sometimes terrifying goals. In her decade plus work with TRIO programs, federally funded initiatives supporting first generation college students from underrepresented backgrounds, Regina has witnessed this transformative power of clear goal setting firsthand. These students often arrive facing financial hardships, lacking mentorship, feeling disconnected from academic communities. The obstacles are real and significant. But through tailored coaching sessions focusing on goal setting, these same students discover something profound. Clarity creates power. When you know exactly what you're working toward, decisions become simpler, sacrifices make sense. The noise of distraction fades. One student Regina worked with, let's call her Jasmine, arrived at college convinced she didn't belong there. First in her family to attend university, working two jobs while carrying a full course load, constantly battling the whisper that said she was an imposter in those hallowed halls. Through Regina's workshops, Jasmine didn't just set academic goals, she mapped her entire vision. Where others saw barriers, Jasmine began seeing stepping stones. She graduated with honors and now mentors incoming freshmen facing similar challenges. The ripple effect extends beyond individuals. Families witness generational shifts as more members pursue higher education. This brings us to Regina's second pillar: embrace the power of resilience and belonging. Success isn't just about ambition, it's about pushing through setbacks and knowing, truly knowing that you belong in any room where decisions are made. Regina often says resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about bouncing forward. I love that distinction. It's not enough to recover from setbacks. We must learn from them, integrate them, use them as fuel. In her entrepreneurship boot camps for women considering launching their own ventures, Regina addresses the twin challenges of imposter syndrome and limited access to capital and networks. These aren't just practical business seminars, they're resilience training grounds. One participant A brilliant woman with an innovative product idea but crippling self doubt attended Regina's workshop, convinced she was playing business. 6 months later, she secured her first round of funding. When asked what changed, her answer was simple: I stopped asking for permission to take up space. That's the belonging piece of the equation. So many of us, especially women, especially people of color, have internalized the message that certain spaces aren't for us, that we need special qualifications to claim our seat at tables where others simply pull up a chair. Regina's work dismantles that lie brick by brick through peer accountability groups and guest speakers sharing lived experiences as Black women entrepreneurs. Participants don't just learn business skills, they reclaim their right to dream big. The results speak volumes. Alumni testimonials highlight new LLC formations and first time grant awards attributed directly to skills gained at these events. More importantly, they're creating a growing ecosystem of Black female led startups contributing jobs and resources back into their communities. This leads us to Regina's third pillar: take control and become the architect of your destiny. This isn't about toxic positivity or denying systemic challenges. It's about refusing to surrender your agency, even when, especially when circumstances seem stacked against you. In her keynote address at Post University's 2025 commencement, Regina shared stories from clients who transformed their lives by identifying clear personal and professional goals. Many felt stuck in careers without advancement paths or roles misaligned with passion and purpose. Others lacked clarity about next steps after major transitions like graduation. Through one on one coaching focused on vision, mapping exercises, what Regina calls she's got goals, these clients didn't just dream differently, they acted differently. They established actionable milestones, tracking progress toward long term aspirations. The outcomes were remarkable. Clients reported greater satisfaction in work life balance. Some pivoted successfully into new fields, while others earned promotions previously thought unattainable, all citing newfound direction thanks to structured goal setting processes. One client, a mid career professional who felt increasingly invisible in her organization, used Regina's framework to identify not just her next role, but her ultimate vision. Instead of waiting to be chosen, she began strategically positioning herself, building the skills and relationships that would take her where she wanted to go. Within 18 months, she'd not only secured a promotion, but had established herself as a thought leader in her field. As Regina puts it, the journey from dreaming to becoming her, that version of yourself you secretly admire, starts with believing in yourself enough to act. This isn't just motivational fluff. This is practical wisdom grounded in real results. So, what does this mean for you, for all of us? It means we have choices to make every day. Will we continue to let circumstances dictate our path, or will we claim the pen and write our own stories? Will we settle for goals that don't scare us a little? Or will we dare to articulate what we truly want, even if it feels presumptuous, even if we're not sure how to get there? Will we allow setbacks to define us? Or will we develop the resilience to not just bounce back, but bounce forward? Will we wait for permission to belong in spaces where decisions are made? Or will we recognize that our perspective, our voice, our presence is not just allowed, but essential? The beauty of Regina's approach is that it meets you exactly where you are. You don't need special qualifications to begin. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to take that first intentional step. I'm reminded of the African proverb Regina often quotes: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Her work embodies this wisdom, creating communities where dreams are not just encouraged but expected, where accountability meets compassion, where each person's success strengthens the whole. Look around you, in this room, in your community, in your workplace. How many potential Reginas are sitting quietly, their dreams muted, their talents untapped? How many brilliant minds are operating at half capacity because no one told them they could demand more of themselves and the world? This isn't just about individual fulfillment. This is about collective transformation. Imagine a world where everyone, regardless of background, regardless of circumstance, felt empowered to pursue their highest potential. Not someday, today. The stakes couldn't be higher. When we play small, we don't just cheat ourselves, we cheat the world of our gifts. Every time a first generation student drops out because they don't believe they belong, we all lose. Every time a woman with a brilliant business idea stays silent in a meeting, we all lose. Every time someone settles for a life that's merely comfortable when they could be extraordinary, we all lose. So here's my challenge to you: write down one bold goal, not a safe goal, not an incremental improvement, a bold goal that both excites and scares you. Then outline 3 concrete steps you'll take this month toward making it real. And finally, this is crucial: share it with someone who will hold you accountable, because dreams whispered only to ourselves can too easily be abandoned. Dreams declared aloud, dreams witnessed by others, dreams translated into specific actions, those have power. When Regina asked me what I would tell this audience today, I said I wanted to convey the urgency of now. We don't have the luxury of waiting for permission. We don't have the luxury of perfect conditions. The world needs your unique gifts, your voice, your leadership, not someday, but today. As you leave this talk, I want you to feel the weight of that responsibility and the exhilaration of that opportunity. You are not just a passive observer in your own life. You are the architect, the builder, the dreamer, and the doer. The journey from dream to destiny isn't a straight line, it's messy and beautiful and sometimes terrifying. But as Regina Martin has shown through her remarkable work, it is always, always worth it. Release the brakes, claim your space, build your bridge. Your becoming begins now.